Hello everyone, this is going to be a fun little video. It's topwater time. We got perfect conditions and I'm going to start off with Whopper Plopper 110 in the loon color. Basically it's black with some white accents. I thought it would be a good choice in the fog and the overcast conditions. I'm fishing it on a crankbait rod. That's important. For one, I can absolutely launch that bait. But more importantly, it keeps those fish pinned as long as I keep that rod bent. And that bend will go well into the midsection, almost to the butt section on a big fish. And just keeping that rod loaded like that will help keep them pinned. The other thing I do is I upgrade the hooks to a size 2 owner STY 35. And those crankbait hooks, they really do a good job of keeping the fish pinned. You could also use like a regular Mustad triple grip. For other topwaters, I like a round bend hook, but the bass hit Whopper ploppers and Choppos and other plopper style baits really hard. They T-bone them. They T-bone them like a crankbait bite. There he is. So I'm not worried about fish just swiping at the bait, because they literally T-bone it like it owes them money or something. So even the little ones smash it. So I'm not worried at all about missing them on the hook set versus something like a spook. Like if I'm walking a spook with a wide walk, a lot of times those fish will come up and they'll miss it. They'll side swipe it. Now this one, maybe I had him in the mouth to begin with, and during the fight got him in the belly there. But they hit it so hard, I very rarely missed them on the initial strike. The way I would lose them previously is I'd be fishing a fast action rod with like straight braid or something, and they'd come up and shake, and that Whopper plopper would go one way and they'd go the other. Now I land way over 95% of them. I mean, there's that odd one that maybe you just skin hook or something, he comes free, but the vast majority I land every single one of them, which is huge. You know, that's a big upgrade. But they're loving this Whopper plopper. As long as I have the good conditions, fairly calm, overcast, foggy, cloudy, I'll keep throwing this as long as they keep chewing it. Now with the Choppo, the Berkley Choppo, it's a very similar bait, but it has a hard plastic tail. And to me it's louder. And so when I would throw that is when it's windier. When there's some waves, when there's some chop on the water, when it's really stormy and not just overcast. When it's overcast and fairly calm, I like the Whopper plopper better. It's got a soft plastic tail. It doesn't hit, it doesn't slap quite as hard. The Choppo's loud. In addition, I probably fish the Choppo. I'd start out with the bigger size. I forget what it is, 130 I think. I'll link it in the video description. But the bigger size might be 120. I get the sizing mixed up between the two because they're so very similar. But the bigger size with that harder plastic tail, it really calls the fish from a longer distance. It'll get them to come up out of weed beds. That one hit it almost at the boat. And then you can adjust from there. You know, if you start out black early in the morning, maybe as it got brighter you could try white. Maybe if you know the forage is mostly bluegill, you put on a bluegill color as it gets a little bit brighter, as that fog starts to burn off. You can drop down to smaller sizes of the same bait in the same color. But generally, conditions like this, I'm going to start with a Whopper plopper 110. And then if it was windier, I'd start with a bigger size Choppo. And yeah, you can kind of use that as a starting point and then figure out what works best in your own home lakes and go from there. I'm fishing it on 30-pound braid, and usually I put on a 15 or 20-pound mono leader. That mono acts as a shock absorber, helps keep them pinned even better. But mostly it's the shock absorber. I've caught some fish that hit a topwater so hard they'll literally shatter fluorocarbon leaders. And it doesn't look like it's cut or broken. It looks like lightning hit it and it exploded, just completely shattered. So, and that's because it just doesn't have the same shock absorption as mono. Plus, mono's cheaper. You can see right now my cloud cover is kind of burned off, and they went off with a Whopper Plopper bite. And that's going to happen. A lot of times that happens mid-morning. Picking out a little overrun there. So I decided I'd go in tight and fish a spook and tight them along the bushes. And I'll throw it, as accurately as I can into little holes and little pockets and like that. And see if there's any fish getting up underneath the bushes and that tree line for shade now that the cloud cover's burned off. But really what happened is the Whopper Plopper bite ended just as fast as it was starting in the morning. And the spook bite didn't pan out either. I think I ended up throwing some flukes to salvage the rest of the morning, but definitely early in the morning was key for this bite. All right, that's it. Short and sweet this time. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something with this video. Maybe you can take it back and apply it to your home lakes. Hopefully you have some good success there wherever you're fishing around the country or around the world. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.